Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope everybody is having a great day today. Today we are going to be making a delicious Spanish paella with chicken and sausage, and it is from my Crockpot recipe book. I highly recommend this book. I will leave the link for this in the description box down below so you can check it out. So I'm going to go run and get my Crockpot. I'm going to set you guys up and we'll get this started, go over the ingredients. We'll have dinner in a few hours. Okay guys, for the ingredients, this is everything you're going to need. Move that out of the way. You're going to need some chicken broth, 14 ounces of stewed tomatoes. I have petite diced tomatoes, so I'm just going to use half this can. Some chicken, you can use chicken breast or chicken thighs. Some mild to hot sausage, some olive oil, garlic, peas, arborio rice, but I'm sure white rice will do just fine, and some turmeric and some onions. So we're going to start off on the stove because a few of these things have to cook together so they don't end up raw at the end. So I'm going to get you guys set up at the stove and we'll start. Okay guys, so I've got my large skillet here coming up to heat. It's about medium-low heat, and I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil to my pan, and I'm going to go ahead and add in my chicken so that way it can start cooking on both sides. I'm going to season each side with a little bit of salt and pepper. You can do a chicken breast, you can do chicken thighs if that's what you have on hand. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm going to let these cook 2 to 3 minutes on this side, and I'm flip them over, and I'm going to season the other side with some salt and pepper and let that cook about another minute or two because it's going to finish cooking in the crock pot, and then we will just add the chicken to the crock pot. Okay guys, so I've just taken my chicken off the stove and I greased my crock pot with a little bit of olive oil spray. So now all I'm going to do is add my chicken to the bottom of my crock pot. Now we're going to go back over to the stove and cook up the onions and the sausage. Okay guys, so I've got the same skillet, same oil, and I'm just going to add my onions into my skillet here, and we're going to cook these until they turn translucent and tender. Okay, so my onions are tender. We're going to go ahead and add in our sausages and some garlic. You can add as much or as little garlic as you want. And we're going to add a little bit of turmeric. Now if you have saffron, you can use some of that. I use probably about 1/4 teaspoon of that. I'm going to go ahead and add in my chicken broth. Hold the spoon like that so it doesn't splash everywhere. I'm going to add in half of my tomatoes. I can freeze the other half. I can put them in a mason jar and stick them in the freezer. And I'm going to give that a little mix just to help break up those tomatoes just a little bit. Now if you have stewed tomatoes, you can add that. It's what it calls for, but I didn't have any, so we're using diced tomatoes instead. Okay, I'm going to add in my rice and give that a little mix. Okay, I'll cut the heat off, and then we're going to transfer this directly to the crock pot. Okay guys, so I've got that ready to go. I'm just going to stick my spoon in there, and I'm going to carefully add this entire thing to my crock pot. So I'm going to give this a little mix, get everything down into the crock pot. Alright, now all we're going to do is pop the lid on, set this to high, and we're going to let this cook for about 3 to 4 hours. And then I will meet you right back here, and we will take out the chicken and fluff up the rice. Okay guys, so my rice and everything is done. This is not going to be like your typical paella because it's cooked in the crock pot. It's going to be more of like a hearty stew type of paella. So my chicken was done, and I just went ahead and kind of chunked it up into bigger pieces, kind of like this. And I'm going to go ahead and add in my peas. Now, if you want this to be a little bit more on the thicker side, like a traditional paella, you can add in more rice if you want, or you can use a different style of rice. That is completely up to you. So I've got that all stirred in. So now I'm just going to plate this up, and I'll show you what it looks like when I get it all done. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like when it's all plated up. I just topped it with some dried parsley and a little bit of sriracha, and we are ready to dig in. It looks absolutely delicious. So yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.